Hi! So I wanted to show a quick map of the CI power Siphon that I've been working on the last week. I've never played it before. I actually started out using Kinetic Bolt, but it wasn't that great again, so I turned to Vaal power Siphon. And I've focused mainly on stacking block with the lethal pride and kilo Ava. So I double my block, and that way actually block capped 75-64 without flask, but with temper shield obviously. And it's a physical wand build, so I'm converting a lot of the damage into lightning and cold damage using Watcher's Eye that converts, and I'm using Winter Spirit as an allocation, so it's about 85% conversion, and the last is physical. The bad stuff is that there's a lot of map mods that you're unable to run. So let's just do a quick map, and then I'll show you the rest of the gear. So I'm using chain when I clear the map, and then I swap in barrage support for the boss because I have a lot of extra projectiles. As you can see, I'm using a lot of unique flasks, so I can't actually be shocked and I can't burn, but I'm immune to corrupted blood and I'm immune to freeze on the boots and chill on the boots. So it's just a curse blast that I'm using, and just so you know, it's kinda expensive to make, and I just always wanted to create a wonder, but yeah, it's too expensive to create compared to what else you can get for the amount of currency. But yeah, now we have a bonding build as well, and that's kind of cool. It works okay. I like the clearer of it, and obviously getting fortifier when I shield charge. So I'm using a curse on hit with Assassin's Mark to get extra crit. The power Siphon on its own are also generating, what can I say? Yeah, power charges, so it's not something that I'm not having on the boss fights. As you can see, I have 6 power charges, and they're all from the 3, so I get +3 from the 3. And when I'm on the bosses here, I need to swap for barrage, so I'm just going to clear all the trash mobs and then swap for barrage on the boss. Yeah, okay. So I'll go and loot the stuff afterwards. But let's talk a bit about the gear. So in my main link, I'm using chain support, elemental damage with attacks, inspiration support for extra crit and extra elemental damage and reduced mana cost, energy shield leech, damage on full life, and power siphon. I swap in the barrage for the boss. For auras I use Herald of Ash, Hatred, Discipline, and then a level 20 precision. You don't need any accuracy on the gear. Without these I hit 97% time on the mobs themselves, so the good thing about having a level 20 precision is that you actually don't need accuracy on any items, with which kinda helps, yeah, with gearing and finding stuff. For rings I use Shaper Ring with Assassin's Mark and just the resistances I need and some extra damage. I'm using a Mark of the Elder with attack modifiers, so that's a lot of the extra damage and 10% energy shield, that's very good. I'm using an Oxium to benefit from the power charges. So this build actually gives 180% elemental damage, right? And a lot of energy shield. And I also get the mana leech from it. That's very cool. I'm using Incandescent Heart. I really like this armor. It provides a ton of extra damage. And it has a decent amount of armor and energy shield, so you also get some physical reduction. And then you get some life leech as well from attacks. So with these two, I'm saving some points here, right? So I don't need to get the attack leech elsewhere. I'm using +2 additional projectiles on a helmet that I crafted with dense fossils, and I'm using a shaper shield crafted with dense fossils. And because I'm already capped in regular dodge, I crafted spell dodge on it. And then I get this recover 5% inch shield when you block. I'm using a physical one that I crafted with jagged fossils, just jagged fossil spam, until I had 3 good prefixes, and then I cleared the suffixes and multi-modded. For an amulet, I'm using the allocate Winter Spirit and just some damage, right? So crit multi, very good, energy shield, resistances, spell damage, added fizz, added lightning, added cold, whatever. Boots, I'm trying to get the strength I need, but I would actually also like to get like 55 dexterity from something else, but I've been unable to do that with all these Unix. Otherwise, I could try and search for it on on maybe boots instead of strength or something. For flasks, I'm using immunity curses, diamond flask, bottle of faith, taste of hate, sends a swallow of urn. It gives me 10% more damage because I ignite them with the herald of ash. And then dying sun for 2 extra projectiles. You could use a Rumis until you get enough block chance yourself. On the passive tree, I've spec'd up 2 damage here in the want nodes. I could justify it because I ran through the middle here for all the block nodes, and the power charge and jewel socket and one slinger. One slinger is very good. It provides a ton of extra damage because you can then get spell damage on the jewels and you get some spell damage on the wand, etc. Then some multipliers. Went down here and got the assassination multipliers as well. And then some more block nodes and some inch shield, ghost reaver, chaos inoculation. Yeah, jewel socket. So I'm using this with convert and then some extra damage mods. I was just searching for 2 mod watches eye with good damage mods like hatred crit with conversion or precision or multiplier and stuff like that. This was the cheapest that I could get. I bought it for 15 exalts, so it wasn't that bad. And then the last blocking nodes down here at deflection. So to start with, I actually spec'd out here, but because I wanted some extra armor and I needed the 1% life region, so I could run with blood rage and get some accuracy as well, I chose to go out here. And then I'm running with some reduced mana reserved, so I can fit all the auras alongside with a level 20 position. And then the last power charge with some armor and some energy shield and elemental resistances. I'm using a corrupted blood cannot be inflicted on you because otherwise I really needed to use cannot bleed flask, but right now I'm managing without bleed flask because of this. Then I'm using the lethal pride Like, it's just the glancing blows that's very important, but if you're lucky and get something very good on Dark Vision, you can actually spec into that. Like if you get Intimidate on hit or something insane. There's... You could consider using it up here otherwise. And maybe you get something good from any of these, but yeah, it's a great spot right here. So I'm using Immortal Call with cards with damage taken and Ice Golem, so I don't need to cast it all the time. And then Precision, Portal, Powered Support, so I can swap over. So you actually have a entire free Fall Link up here that you could use for a clearing ability if you wanted to. You could just move the Precision down here and unlink it, and then Portal in your spare leveling set, and then Borrowed Support in your inventory. Yeah, okay. So I hope you enjoyed the video and have a nice day. Bye.